Yeah.
Guys, I'm going to send the questions here. Can everybody see it? Okay, Claudio, so as I said to them before, today's meeting is about how technology impacts politics. And I just sent the questions here. Okay. So, as it's just 5 people for now, we're going to stay in the main room, okay?
Okay.
I'm gonna read the first question right now. And I'm gonna start with you, Wanda. How do you think that technology impacts politics?
I think it changed all the speech, all the method of the politics person get communication with the electors. I think it's totally different, the politics now with technology and the past, when the politics needs to get in a stage to speak for many people. Yeah, and totally impactant. I don't know if this word exists.
I agree with you. I think it changes everything.
Yeah.
And I'd like to hear from you, Murilo.
Technology help show fake news in politics, in getting information where news it's not true, and then the site, platforms, or social networks. Nowadays, it's hard not discovered if politics good or bad politics. That's it.
Okay, thank you for sharing. Leticia, how about you? How does technology impact politics?
I think the way of communication, it's different when you use the communication politics with technology, because it's faster, and now I have more information about the politics, and I think this comparing the past, now the communication, it's more impact in the when you use the technology or when on the political speaking in the people.
Yeah, thank you.
And
well,
the recording, if the politics in the past say one thing, and about the repercussion of their speech, they change. No, I don't think that, but today all things is recording, and it's difficult to change the mind.
Yeah, you're right. Now they have to be more careful, right? Because everything is recorded. And as you all said, I agree with you all, because it changes everything, such as the impact that the politics say, and impact a lot of people from all over the world, not only in our country, because other countries too, they see our elections, they know our candidates. And the other thing that I guess it's very positive, it's because with technology now, they can have debates on TV, and they have other means of communication with the population. And now it's easier to learn and to hear from them their proposals. So it goes to the second question. Murilo, how did you get informed about your candidate's proposals?
Okay, in my case, I don't believe in politics. And then
Me too.
it's nothing. It's true, and I highly proposed. Some propose it's good, but the most it's not true. If it will be good, if you be good, propose happiness in real life, but in nowadays I don't believe in propose. I prefer studies in my life, in myself, and trying change cultures in this is my children's, but in the future change politics. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, thank you. And what about you, Leticia? How did you get informed about the proposals?
Okay, now I use the social media when the politics, I don't follow up, but I see specific politics I know. And sometimes I read if the politics it's I don't know the names, but it's political now, for example, in the Câmara or the president, I see the proposal in the specific sites about the elections, the TRE, for example.
Very nice. Very nice. It's very important to get information in serious means of communication. And what about you, Wanda? What could you say to us?
I agree with Murilo. I see the proposal of the politics is changing when they get in power.
Yeah.
I think they all the time I get the good education. For me, the most important thing is education. Health education, but education is the most important. But our country have many governors, and our education is so bad. And now, if Lula return, how he do? And if Bolsonaro return, how he do? I don't believe in politics because of how about our education? How about it's impossible in 2022 here in Brazil, here in my city, has many persons illiterately. It's incredible, this kind of thing. And don't change.
Yeah, I guess you touched a very important point here, that is education, because what we're doing right now, we're all investing in our education here, talking in English, that we have to improve our English, we have to talk about topics
Felipe,
that...
I vote in Felipe.
Yeah, we're here trying to improve ourselves, and we're talking with people that have the same beliefs, the different beliefs, and it's important to have that contact. And we have to think outside the box so we can improve ourselves. And it's very hard, as Wanda said, that with all the history, our education is not a priority for the politics, and we have to stay in touch with that, because with education, everything happens. Everything burns there with education, with teachers, and we can become better persons, and we can become better people by education. I really truly believe it's the only means.
Yeah, education is the key.
Yeah, education is the key. So I guess, did anyone watch the presidential candidates debate? Did you watch, Leticia?
I watched the first block and I turned off my TV because it's impossible to watch the rest. No, it's I don't know, how can I say, vergonha, but
Shame.
yes, shame. I'm shame about this, the first block, and
Shame alheia.
yes, I turn off my TV and I don't watch this porcaria. No, it's impossible. Okay, I agree. Education it's the key, but it's the politics don't have education in the debate.
Yeah, you're right. It's very hard. They're not polite with each other,
Yes.
so it's hard to maintain a polite debate, and it's very hard to watch, as you said. Oh God! And what about you, Murilo? Did you watch even the first block, or you didn't watch at all?
I agree, everyone. Debate nowadays only fight. Not existe propósito. But yeah, some candidates, yes, exception speaking about your proposal, but it's hard. And I did the debates. Depends. Some I watch all time, and another bet I watch resume. But it's resume, it's better because avoid the fights and not it's shame. Yeah, I like I like to watch the debate, but in most time it's not. It's shame. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. As for me, I didn't watch all the debates, but for as I knew, the third one and the last, it was very shameful because we didn't hear many proposals. It was just a text for one candidate for another, all of them, and and it was hard. But I guess the first and the second, we were able to hear more about some of the proposals, but not very much. It was hard. And what about you, Wanda?
Yeah, I agree. They don't have proposal. And then because of this, they fight in debate. And it's a show of aggressivity, rudeness, and my heart don't want to see that. I prefer to put in a series and Netflix and or
Sleep.
listen to music and
Sleep.
it's okay. I get disillusion with politics.
Okay. I was going to say something, I forgot. Oh, I remember. It's very hard. I'm tired, guys, sorry. I feel that the candidates on the debate, they don't actually try to talk with the population. I think they're more focused on attacking each other and telling bad things about each other than talking to the population and said, I want to do this, and this. This is the first proposal on the debate, but it's not actually what happens.
Yeah, it's empty. It's empty
Yeah.
of proposal or things of for interesting the people, the population. Yeah, it's terrible. It's for power. it's not for population.
I believe it's a very important place that, and things should like that should happen, but it's not well used, that space. I think it should be, I don't know, better organized. I don't know what should be done with that, but I think it's an important space because many people, now we're here on a privileged space, but a big part of the population doesn't have access to internet, and they just have access on the television, and it's the only mean that they can hear about their candidates. So they should talk to the population and actually show their proposals, not only fight between them. So Leticia, please, could you read the fourth question?
Yes. Do you think it's important to have debates with other political candidates, not only for the presidency, such as governors, senators, federal and state deputies? I think if the debates, it's just usually two candidates explain your proposal, I think it's good, but it's not now, it's only argue one each other. And in my opinion, I think the candidates use this space to have more, I don't know, Ibope, for example, because a lot of people like they argue one each other, and it's not a it's not it's not a proposal, the debate, but people like when people argue with other people, and they use these spaces to do this. And in my opinion, if it's the only rule, it's impossible to have a debate in the candidates.
Okay, thank you very much. What about you, Wanda? What do you think?
I totally agree with Leticia. It's like that. MMA, it's a fight. And who needed proposal? It was interesting if they proposal for education. I think we need to get more money for the college. No, we need to put more money in the alphabetization. And I think this kind of debate would be so good, but it's not like that. It's MMA.
Okay, thank you. Murilo, what about you? What do you think about this?
Politics is, but it's important has debates for governors, senators, federal deputies, but the debates should be the limit, not have speak badly of another politics or fight. It's should be limit, but have a debate should be interesting for our people's purpose in it's true, and for analysis what's better purpose and for choosing the candidates. It's much better for not our country. Yeah, but so it's government, it's important too for proposing state and the senators too, federals. But federals, it's important for region when happen a lot of things, a lot of problems. It's interesting for health education in my region. Yeah, it's important too. because senators can get or get proposal for president and bring it for region. Yeah, that's it.
Right. Thank you a lot, Murilo. Well, I agree with you. I think it's a very important space, but it's hard because they don't actually follow the rules of respecting each other. And I guess I believe that it's very important to have another candidate's proposal debates because it would help us, the population, to understand what does every part of these candidates, what they do, what they actually do, because I say for myself and the people I know that we actually really search a lot and we support actually our president, the president we choose to support, and the governor at most. But the other candidates, such as deputies, federal and state, and senators, we don't pay a lot of attention, but they are a very important part
Yeah.
of our country, our democracy. And it's a lot of people is confused about what they wrote, what they actually do, what their role does. And I believe that if we did have this kind of debates with the other candidates, it would be better for us to understand what they do, and it would be very clear for us to actually choose a candidate that we believe that the president, the governor, and the senator, the deputies, that they are part of a much bigger role, not only to, like, oh, the president, he chooses everything that will happen to the country. It's not like that. And it's hard to understand because we don't have actually an education about politics in school and university, and we don't talk much about that kind of thing. So I believe that we should be more involved in education and educated about this. Because as for me, for a long time, I didn't know what everyone does. So we have to search. It's a very tiring thing to do. So I guess it would be better if the means of communication, they do this for us, because it's mainly for our interest, it's our lives.
I agree because it's very important because senador aprova the proposal of laws. It depends of if senators it's not approved, nothing change.
Yeah.
Very important. Not the depends of only presidency.
Yes.
Just more one person in crew. Steph.
Okay, thank you for sharing. Do you want to say anything more, Murilo?
No, just
Oh. Okay, so could you read the fifth question, please?
okay. How do you think technology controls our perception of the world? Yeah, I agree. And technology controls, for example, war in Ukraine. It's a lot of fake news, a lot of true news, and but I think if you are control or it's not control, depends. It's and it's affecting my day, my stocks, banks, education, a lot of cases, and I agree. It's control our perception.
Okay, thank you. What about you, Wanda?
I think how, I don't know, because there is many algorithms, but technology control everything in my life. I stay all the time with my mobile phone, and my bank is here, and my schedule for my clinic is here too, and everything is here. And we talk to other now with technology. I think the algorithms say heard about us. I don't know how, because it's not my skill, is not my job, but it's really control everything. Take off politics and put the politics in, and take off the many things. Technology is really a reality of us with a control, and I think we love this kind of control.
Why do you think that?
I think because it's so interesting this time nowadays with technology, and if I rebuild my house, for example, now, and when the pedreiro needs something, I ask to Google how to buy determinate thing, and Google do the search for me, the prices. It's so interesting. I love. And you don't love technology?
I love, for sure. I think it makes our lives very easier. It helps us a lot.
Yeah.
In our daily tasks, as you said, if you don't know something, you just ask Google and it helps us. And it's a very fast solution for us, because nowadays we don't have much time to spend on minor things. I guess we're all very connected and focused on our work, on our studies, and we have to save our energy to think on things that are not very helpful, that Google and technology can help us.
Yeah. For English, for example, it's so hard in the past to learn another language. I never tried to learn English because oh my gosh, I need to go to a school, and when the pandemic time start, oh my gosh, what can I do with so much time? And I discovered TNT. I be able to talk. It's interesting.
So you discovered TNT during pandemic?
Yeah, during
How was it? How did you discover?
One friend of mine speak to me, why do you don't learn English? Oh my gosh, it's so hard. No, there is a good platform. Okay, but it's free. Yeah, it's free. Like that.
Okay, so if you'd like to invite your friend for our next session, you and him will be very, or her will be very welcome.
Okay.
Leticia, what about you? How do you think technology controls our perception of the world?
I agree with you said, but when you talk about the controls, I think there is a big companies behind the technology, and they control the technology, and they control when you use your mobile phones or find in the internet or social media. And I think it's a problem, because there are 4, 5 big companies to control this, and they use the data to for map my profile, for example, your profile, and they use this data to improve their companies. And acho que the main rule about this, it's get my attention, and the others. Né? I think it's the main point. It's the big companies. There is more and more may control our attention, and they use this. And I think it's the problem about the controls.
But
Very nice.
Do you like?
I like the technology.
Yeah.
The technology in general I like, and I understand the parts. The problem is not the technology, because I think the problem is the main behind the technology. Because if you think any other technology, it's possible to use the bad or the worst. For example, I forgot the opposite. Okay, it's good or bad. And it is possible to use the technology to improve your education, to talk with others. It's a good space. For example, in the past 5 years ago, I don't speak English every day when I was speaking now, for example. In these parts of the technology, it's good. But there is other problems about this.
But I have a question for you both. You'll be able to pay this price to get your mobile phone, to get Google? Você aceita pagar o preço do controle para ficar com a tecnologia?
In my opinion, because I work with the technology, I control my life about this, and I have a conscience when I pay about this, because I use the technology for improve my professional, my life, my career, my education. But I know that a lot of people don't have the education to use the technology, and it's a problem, in my opinion.
And for you, Victoria?
Well, I agree a lot with you, Leticia. And about your question, Wanda, about the cell phones, for example, I believe it's not a true choice. It's not a real choice, because how would you live nowadays as a dentist or working with tech without a cell phone? How would you work? How would you live without a notebook, without internet connection? Of course, as everything in life, not only technology, about our choices, about what we like, what we don't like, is not black and white. It's not one or zeros. It's not logic as computers. I guess everything mixes, and there are bad things about it, and there are good things. Everything that we have both sides, and we have to put this on balance. And as Leticia said, for example, I have a conscious about, okay, so I have to use my cell phone like this, so it's more secure for me, because I know that the big companies, they own the data about everyone. So I know it, but I actually don't know, and we all don't know what they really are doing with our basic data. I know that they use our geolocation. Okay, so let me tell you, there are nice restaurants around you. Okay, so you like technology. or you're a dentist, so I'll show you this ad about our other dentists or nice places that you would like to go. It's very hard, but there are always two sides of the coin. So we have to be very careful and pay attention to not get trapped in our own bubble that technology makes us. As for the latest, always Facebook and Instagram, for example, their algorithm, for example, they are learning to what we like based on our likes, on our retweets, what we post. They learning what we like and what we think. So they show us posts similar to the things that we like. They suggest you. So we're even more, every time the time goes by, we're even more trapped in our bubble. So we have to be very careful and remember that the internet and the things that we see, they don't represent everything. They don't represent everyone. It's not reality. It's a part of reality. So we have to learn with other people, and we have to be very careful and listen what is happening around us.
Yeah. And you, Murilo?
I agree. In family group WhatsApp, it's a big problem because people not know what really happening nowadays. It's a big problem for our minds. In future, it's bad education. It's not progress in life, not progress, not enough. It's yeah, my opinion. At sixth question, still not yet, or no, this answer.
Yeah, and just complementing, it's very easy for us to stay around people and stay in our bubble that agrees with everything we believe and everything we say and everything we think. So we have to stay in touch with people that thinks differently with us, so we can develop our criticism, so we can learn and we know how to debate, and we can think and have the criticism to think, oh, maybe it's not like what I'm thinking. Maybe what I thought about the whole life was true. Maybe that there's one another side. Let me think about it. Because if we only stay with people and the environment that only agrees with us, I guess we become very ignorant and we don't know how to talk and debate respectfully.
If consumer only bad news all the time, yeah, it's bad. But we try and help these people, but it's hard. I prefer thinking myself, but show the example. It's people learning with my example. Yeah, it's one solution. Can be not.
Yeah. It's very challenging, but it's very important.
Yeah.
So, Wanda, please, could you read the next question, number 6?
6.
Yeah.
Why do you think people are comfortable spreading hate speech around social media? I think, like you said, we live in a bubble. Technology puts us in a bubble. And nowadays, for the subject with politics, we have two bubbles, the bubble Lula and the bubble Bolsonaro. They like the debate when debate is a space for hate. the bubbles is a space for hate to get each other, and fake news is a it's a kind of thing of hate. I think people get comfortable because they are in a bubble and they think is supported by the bubble.
Yeah, that's true and very important. They say things because they get supported by their own bubble. I agree with you. What about you, Leticia? What do you think about this?
I agree with the bubble, and I think the internet is faster to communicate other, and it's people use it to hate other people's more faster, and I because people like the when your print of your conversation, it's in the internet. Oh, I'm a famous person because I hate other people, and I I think the people, the haters in general, like this, and this bubble improve this famous this hater famous person, for example.
Oh my gosh, it's true. It's bad.
I agree with you. They like the attention.
Oh
Yes.
my gosh. It's totally true, but
Yeah,
oh my
for
God.
the best or the worst, they like the attention they're getting. So it's very hard because there's the attention of their bubble that is supporting what they're saying, and there's the other side of the attention that with the people that disagree. So it gets in a very high place of communication, and I think it happens a lot. It's very complicated and hard. What about you, Murilo?
I confess I was trying to keep up, but I was feeling very, very bad with them because a lot of laws, it's a lot of shames. It's not bad for my mind. Really, I was feeling sad if then I try not keep up more because how all the time a lot of news that bad that struggle a lot of that's it. In family group, for example, I said it before, it's not, I not try and keep up more.
Well, as for this, I know some people that they actually got out of the family group because of that big discussions about this, mainly politics. And it's very hard because we're living in a moment that people are disrespecting with each other very easily, and they be proud of that. It's very shameful, but people get comfortable disrespecting other people, and it's very hard, especially when it's between people that we like, people that we spend time with, like our friends, like in our jobs, like in our family, people that we have a lot of contact. As for the question, I guess, okay, you can speak.
Politics environment toxic. I was said for my friends, where has easy money, a lot of money and easy. For example, in traficantes or politics have a lot of lawyers and people's false yeah, people's
Yeah.
fault and a lot of deaths. It's not
Unfortunately.
a bad environment always. It's in the environment. Politics and traficantes. Same, equal. Equal environment. Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, it's very hard. Just to wrap it up, the question, as for the speeches and people getting comfortable doing this, I believe that people get comfortable for all the reasons you all spoke here, and I agree with you. And one other thing that I believe, it's because it's very hard that if we say something very bad or we do something very bad on the internet, it's very hard that actually will happen something to the person that is doing or saying something on internet. It's either that if you do something on real life, okay, something will happen to you, like you go to prison or you go to the precinct or something like this. But on internet, it's very hard to people get, I guess, I forgot the word, but it's very hard to people get the guilt of something that they did. Can you understand me?
Yeah.
To be responsible for what they said. So it gets easier to say anything or disrespect anyone because it won't happen anything to you and people won't get responsible for what one says.
But in another hand, the speech is record.
Yeah. On the other hand,
Forever.
yeah, it's
Forever.
recorded, it's forever, but most of the cases, I said for the things that I know, it doesn't happen much thing bad to the people that disrespect one another on the internet. It's hard.
Yeah.
Let me see. Leticia, could you please read question number 7?
Okay. Technology helps in dissemination of information, and how can you use the technology to suppress fake news? I don't know what to suppress. Okay.
To stop the fake news or to diminish?
Okay. I agree. Technology, it's increase the dissemination of the information, and about the fake news, I think the specific spaces control this, it's late, because for example, the dissemination of information, it's too faster, and I think I don't have a lot of spaces to control the fake news and to, for example, vote this news, it's a fake, and retirar the internet, for the internet, for example, because depends for the Google, depends the Facebook, depends the other companies to understand it's a fake news, to take off the internet, the fake news to the internet.
Yeah, I really agree with you. It's very hard to combat this because it depends of the company that owns the mean of communication. For example, one is Google, other one is Facebook, other one is Reddit, for example, and the other means of communication and social media. And what do you think about this, Wanda?
Yeah, I totally agree with Leticia. Yeah, in the past, it's like a gossip. When you do a gossip, maybe this kind of thing you don't burn nevermore. And fake news, with all the technology, fake news is speed of fake news is very fast. And how can you get off? It's impossible. All the thing is recording. You take off the fake news, but the fake news is in my mobile phone. I put another time. It's hard. I don't know.
It's very tricky, right?
Yeah.
What about you, Murilo?
Make sure it's increasing a lot. The fake news, compare with like hackers, it's hard to stop, but it's more avoid the fake news with it's subject hard. It's hard for others. And a lot of informations today, but it has sites for show news through, but people's know show building information's perfect, but it's not. It's true fake news. But the people's create a lot of contents perfect.
Yeah,
Specialist.
they're specialists on
Yeah.
fake news, right?
Specialist as fake news, yeah. Specialist in hackers, specialist fake news, yeah, a lot of bad intentions.
Yeah. Well, I know that certain tools nowadays to check if the news is real or it's false. As for me, being honest with you, I never tested those tools, but I know they exist. And I guess it's very hard because the internet can spread the information in a tremendously fast way. It's scary, but we all have the conscious and we have to check before, oh my God, not only on internet. We say internet because it's faster, the information go faster, but on our lives too. We have to really think about spreading information, to think if it's true, to think if you heard that, to think if you know that's for sure, or to, okay, someone that I really believe told me that, so it's true. It's very important that we think before we spread any kind of information. So I guess we don't have time to read the last two questions. And for now, I'd like to hear from you guys. What do you think about today's subject? Did you find it hard? Did you find it boring? Did you like? Could you share with me so I can get better with this subjects? And also, I'd like to ask for you for suggestions for our next sessions. What do you think about today, Wanda, the first time here with us, with me as a host?
Yeah, it's a really good conversation. It's a hard conversation. We are here in a bubble with a good mood, but if here is instead of a bubble, a fight bubble, it's possible to get a anemia here. I love you like a facilitadora, and the subject is so good, it's so important to think about.
Thank you very much. I'm very happy to have you here today, and I hope you can attend our next meeting if you're available. Thank you very much, Wanda. What about you, Leticia?
I like stay here and I think it's a good topic and it's good discussion because people there is a different opinions, and I think when you explain your opinion, you open your ears to listen to the other people, to understand the different opinions. And for me, it's a good to live in a society.
Yeah, thank you. What about you, Murilo? Could you give your final opinion?
I like that. And then the hard subject, but I agree with Leticia. There are several points and opinions too. Case I think help my speak and about it. Yeah, I agree. I agree. No, I like this class today.
Well, thank you. I'm very happy to see both you and Leticia here again, as you were here for the first time or on my first meeting. Thank you a lot. And I really thought that could be a bit difficult to talk about this, but I thought it wouldn't be good if I just ignored what is happening in our lives, that we're on an elections period. So I guess it would be something important we should talk about. So I just left the link of the survey here on chat. If you like to say anything, to write suggestions, say what you like, what you didn't like, it's all anonymous. It won't show me your names. And I really enjoy if you can rate this session or leave suggestions. And as for me, I'm very happy to talk with you here. I found it was very respectful and productive. And thank you a lot. You were awesome, guys. I hope to see you next week.
Sure.
Yeah,
Thank you very
of
much.
course.
See you next week.
Have a nice night and a nice Friday and an excellent weekend.
Yeah.
Thanks. You too.
Tomorrow is
Bye-bye.
Friday.
Bye-bye.
Tomorrow is Friday. Bye.